Hello everyone, welcome to Love and Lux. Today I'm going to do a review on my Trinity silk cord bracelet from Cartier. Before I do, I'll go over what I'm wearing. I'm wearing this dress from Shein. I bought it from Amazon, but I wore it before. Not this one, but one, it's a different color. It was a tricolor one. And I don't remember what video it was, but I bought a bunch of them at one time. And so this one's green. It's like an olive or like a dark olive or like a dark army green color. My everyday jewelry that I always wear in my ear. You probably can't see it, but it's just the Gucci stud earrings. I'm not wearing any necklace. The matching Gucci ring, gold band from Hermes, Juste Inclus and Love bracelet, the normal little diamond cut bangles that I always wear, and then my regular wedding ring. The lipstick I'm wearing is from Hermes, and this is Rose de Car. The perfume I'm wearing is Tom Ford, and this is called Riviera d'Ombre. I don't think they make this anymore. I bought this a long time ago. I don't think they make it anymore. It just smells okay, and I think I said it before that even if they did make this one, I don't think I would repurchase it. It smells okay, and it was one of those things where I read the notes and just bought it online. I didn't go into the store to buy it, and yeah, it's okay. But even if they sold it, even if they still sold it, I don't think I would buy it anymore. But you could wear it all year round. But if I'm gonna buy something from Tom Ford, I feel like they have other ones that's the same price that I like better. Okay, and I think that's it. So we'll talk about the Trinity cord bracelet. I've worn this plenty of times. This was the first thing I want to say that I ever bought from Cartier back in the day, a few years ago. It's from the Trinity line, so you have the rose, white, and yellow gold, and they stand for fidelity, friendship, and love, I want to say is what it stands for. And the black cord bracelet is silk. It adjusts by sliding it up and down. They change these out for you at the store. I've even seen them give, like on YouTube, you can see other people who have multiple cords from their sales associates in different colors, so they could change them out themselves. I usually just stick with the black because I like the black. It's just my preference, I guess. I do recommend it if you don't mind wearing a black cord. It does provide a good barrier between two different bracelets. So I usually wear it between the Love bracelet and the Juste Inclus. The sales associate who helped me, no. Okay, so back up. It's another sales associate that helped me. And I wound up getting another because this was my first purchase from Cartier. But it was another sales associate who helped me when I bought this. And that's a story time all in itself, so I'll probably go into it and talk about it in this video. But anyways, yeah, so when I wound up going back to Cartier to buy more stuff, I got a different sales associate. And he had a cord bracelet, the silk cord bracelet, and he had it between his watch and his Love bracelet. And I want to say he had the Santos, the Cartier Santos watch, and then he had this, and then he had the Love bracelet on the other side of it. So it's it acts as a good barrier between your watches if you don't want your watch to hit up against any of your jewelry, especially the Love bracelet. It acts as a good barrier between the Love bracelet, and it absorbs a lot of that shock that can happen when your bracelets are hitting each other, because that can cause vibration and eventually cause your screws to loosen in your Love bracelet if you do have the, well, I think they all screw on, don't they? Unless it's the cuff. So yeah, a lot of the times I do wear this between, and sometimes I mentioned it before that I like to take them off to give myself a break, and then I put them back on again. I find that the silk cord usually lasts me about 2 years. So usually every 2 years I go and get another one. I got this switched out, I want to say I think I got it switched out in 2021. I'll try to get close-ups. One of the things I'm going to say is some people don't like it because when it gets wet, they don't like that feeling of it being wet and just something always on your wrist. I don't mind it when it gets wet. It's silk, it dries fast. You really don't even feel it. It's something that you get used to, and then if you take it off, you have to get used to it not being there. But I like it for an everyday bracelet, and not everybody knows that it's Cartier. I mean, there's only a little bit of gold on it, and that's it. One day, I don't work there anymore, but one day I was at work and my coworker was like, "Did you make that?" Because, she had no idea. I was like, "No, I didn't make it, but thank you." And that was cool because, yeah, I don't think anybody knew what it was, and sometimes that's a good thing. Yeah, so on the rings itself, and what one is that? That's the rose gold one. Because you have a serial number and all that other stuff on your jewelry, so it's the rose gold little band. Inside the rose gold band, it says Cartier, and it also has your serial number. which is going to be on your receipt and on your authenticity card. I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to see the serial number on this. However, I'll try to get close up so you can at least see it close up, and I'll try to add pictures and also the current pricing, because this is something they still sell. They used to sell the little ring, which was the love ring, on the silk cord, and when I checked the website, they didn't have them there no more. So I don't know if they're still going to sell them and they just don't have anymore, or they're just not going to do it anymore. And yeah, so you adjust it by sliding the knot down on each side. That makes it tighter, and then you slide the knot up, I guess you can say, and that makes it looser. So a lot of people, a lot of different brands, they do make cord bracelets, but they're not always a silk cord bracelet. So yeah, I do recommend the bracelet. If you like the look of a cord bracelet, it's something that you can wear every single day. When you wear it, the rings are supposed to stand up. Some people twist it and make it lay down. I just wear it with it standing straight up. For all the years that I've had it, it's never actually just laid down on its own, and I'm okay with that. So it's something that's not too serious looking. It definitely, I mean, it's the cheapest, I think it's the cheapest piece of jewelry that you can buy from them. One time I cut the cord off and I hung it on a chain. That was okay too. I think I wore it like that a few times, and then I just went back in and got another cord put on. And usually when you change your cord out, they clean the little rings for you. But I remember during the pandemic, they weren't changing the cords out. They changed my cord out. I think I mentioned that before in a video, but usually they don't. So I don't know, but yep, there it is. And let me show you the packaging, and then I'll get into the story time and what happened with the sales associate. So when I went into the store, they didn't have any. Did they have any? No, they didn't have any. So the sales associate had to order it for me. And so when she ordered it, it went to the store, and then from there, then they shipped it to my house. So when you get your stuff shipped to you, you can still get your packaging. So I got the little bag, and it just comes folded up in the box, basically like that. This is not the box that mine came in. The box that mine came in was a lot smaller, but I think I threw it away. So something else came in this, but it was the same type of box. And when I opened it, let me take this stuff out. Okay, so when I opened it, it was just in there like this. It was just like, you see that? It was just in there like this. There was nothing else in there. So when I see people do unboxings or reviewing theirs they have, theirs came with a regular box, like, you know, something like this. So I didn't get that. And I don't think they were giving these types of boxes away back then, but I think when you buy it now, you'll still get a box like this. But back then, you just got it in something like this. It was smaller though. I mean, it wasn't this big. Like I said, I bought something else, and it came in here. An SLG basically. I think that's what, I can't remember what I bought that came in here, but it came in a packaging that was just like this, but it was smaller. And there was nothing in it, just this, just floating around. I don't know if that was wrong or if that was right, but that's how mine came. Yeah. So when I went into the store to get it, keep in mind I said this was my first Cartier purchase. And I wanted to get something small and affordable, right? Because that's the cheapest thing in the Cartier store. So I wanted to build a relationship with the brand, and I knew that I was going to start, you know, buying stuff from them and getting pieces here and there, and buying different stuff from them, not just jewelry also. And so I went in there, and someone, it was a lady that helped me, and they didn't have it in the store. So I was like, okay, well, thank you, or whatever the case may be. And then I left. So then I thought to myself, well, I guess I'll go back into the store, because she said we can order it for you. So I said, I guess I'll go back into the store and just have her order it for me. So when I went back into the store, she was busy helping somebody else. Now, mind you, when I went in there the first time, it was two girls standing off on the side just talking, and all the other sales associates were working and helping other people. So the one that wound up helping me, she saw my husband and I walk in, and then she was like, can I help you, or you need anything, whatever they say. And she assisted me, but like I said, I didn't get anything, because I was like, well, I don't know, should I get it? It's not in the store, I've never seen it in person before, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, I guess I'll go back and just let him order it. So it's probably like, I don't know, like an hour later, I went back into the store, and the same two girls were just standing there talking. So then I was like, well, do you guys work here? Like, after standing around for maybe like 15 minutes, because all the sales associate, again, they were helping other people, and the two girls were just sitting there talking. So I was like, do you guys work here? And they're like, oh yeah. And I'm like, do you think you can help me? I want to order this bracelet, basically, right? And they're like, oh, okay. So she, like, the one that, they both had attitude, like, from the rip, right? And the one that wound up helping me, she was like, okay, well, it's not in, but I can order it for you, blah, 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 blah. So basically she ordered it, and I walked out with this, which was a receipt. And I'll put the new price, the price of what it is, on the screen, what it costs now. But back then, let me see, it was $630.75. So this is what she gave it to me in. Now I talked about the packaging for the receipts, and this is what the receipt should come in. And it could be that they just didn't have any, so she gave this to me. I didn't have a bag, I didn't have anything, I just had this. So let's see. This was purchased back in 2015 in the San Francisco store. So I'll show you the date there. Hopefully you guys can see it. Yeah, and so that's what it looks exactly the same like this one. It's just obviously this one looks different. It's a different type of material. And yeah, it looks the same on the inside. And I know sometimes they'll give you something like this, or even just in a plain envelope if they don't have any of these available. So I didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay, thank you. And I walked out the store. Well, I don't know. I want to say it was probably like a week later. I got it in the mail. And it was like this in this box, just floating around. No, nothing, right? Just this in a cardboard box. And I purchased stuff from Cartier online before. This was after this, right? So I know it comes with all the crinkly paper and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, and it's all wrapped up. But this was my first purchase, so I didn't know how all that was going. You know, how the packaging and everything was supposed to be. So when I got it, I opened it. This was in here. It had no authenticity card or anything. So while I was waiting for it to come in the mail, I was looking at YouTube videos on Cartier unboxings. And I'm like, okay, where's my authenticity card? Because I think you're supposed to have one, right? So then I call, and I'm like trying to speak to the sales associate who helped me. And she wouldn't come to the phone. They just kept saying, oh, she's busy, she's busy, she's busy. And I'm like, okay, well, can I leave a message for her? You know, I'm trying to get in contact with her. I'm looking for my authenticity card, blah, blah, blah. I bought something, it came in the mail, but the card wasn't there. I just wanted my authenticity card. Finally, after calling for a few days, I called back because she wasn't calling me back. And I recognized the person I was talking to on the phone was the person that tried to help me the first time when I was in there. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'll get one for you and send it to you right away. I'm not sure why she didn't get it. And I was like, honestly, thank you for trying to help, but it's not your issue to try to fix. I think the person who sold it to me and dropped the ball should be the one to send it out to me. Well, she's busy, she's not available, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, we'll just have her call me back. I'm just calling to see if she was available because I've left several messages. So then I called back a few days later. This time they're like, oh, she's busy, da, da, da. I said, okay, because I keep calling and they keep telling me she's going to call me back and she hasn't called me back yet. So now I say, okay, well, may I please speak to a manager? So I talked to the manager and she tells me that I was supposed to get an authenticity card. It's like second nature for them to send it out whenever you buy your jewelry because you have to have it with the piece, right? So let me show you the authenticity card that I had to call up there like crazy to get it. Later down the line, after looking at more unboxings, I realized that it wasn't supposed to just come like that in that box just floating around, just in an empty box with nothing in it. So I'm not really sure what her issue was. But here's my authenticity card. Yeah, this is a old, okay, so this is an old authenticity card. Because like I said, I got this back in 2015. So let me see if I can grab a different authenticity card. This one's a different one. I hope I'm not getting all my stuff mixed up, but this one is a different one. And this is what it looks like. So this is the older authenticity cards. They look like the boxes, right? Let me pull a box out. Hopefully y'all can see this. So here's a regular box that you get your jewelry in. So the old authenticity cards look like the old boxes. The newer authenticity cards, and when I say newer, I mean I have authenticity cards that look like this pieces that I bought several years ago. So the regular authenticity cards that you get now just match and look like this. And then it says Cartier on the back. This one doesn't. So this is the receipt, the packaging for the receipt, and this is the authenticity card. Okay. So they shipped it out to me, and I finally got it. And I'll cover the 2 numbers I think I'm supposed to be covering on this. and show the date. So the date on my receipt shows that I went in there October 17th of 2015. And then I got this, well, they filled it out October 21st, 2015. So a few days later. And then they shipped it to me or whatever. So after talking to the manager and realizing that I was supposed to get an authenticity card, the lady had no intention on sending me an authenticity card. And she owed me money because she overcharged me. Yeah, she had to give me a credit back to my card. I didn't even know that she overcharged me. So I'm not really sure what her problem was. But I said to myself, I'm not going to let that ruin a relationship with this company. You're just an employee. I'm not going to let your issue or whatever you're going through. And it wasn't just that day. It was obviously dealing with me every day after that, right? Because she wasn't even the one that sent me the authenticity card. So in my mind, I said, I'm not going to let this sales associate ruin a potentially good relationship that I could have with this brand. Because in my mind, I know that I'm going to go back and buy more things from them. And, yeah, I mean, anybody else probably would have been put off and been like, oh, I don't like, the customer service sucks and blah, blah, blah. Their customer service don't suck. Their customer service is pretty good. And it was just her. I don't know what her problem was, but like I said, I wasn't going to let her ruin the relationship that I was looking to build with this brand. The manager also sent me this card. Yeah. This is the Cartier in San Francisco. And this is a letter from her, from the sales associate. And it just says, I greatly apologize that the certificate for your Trinity bracelet wasn't shipped with your bracelet. I hope you're enjoying the bracelet. And know that we can change the band whenever you like. Please let us know if you have any other questions, blah, 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 blah. So let me see if I can block out the person's name. And it's just on a little, Cartier thing. So I guess this was the sales associate's way of apologizing for not sending me the certificate. But it was more than just, you didn't send me my certificate. Like, let's just keep it all the way real. But like I said, at the end of the day, I wasn't going to let that ruin my relationship with the brand. And just as I thought, I went on to buy more things from the brand, to have more jewelry, perfumes, SLGs, yeah, other stuff from them. I'm going to continue to buy stuff from them. I'm going to continue to be a customer. So the relationship isn't going to do anything but continue to grow. Everything that I got from them, I have no complaints on whatsoever. I mentioned that I'm going to do a review on the Love the Love bracelet, which I am. But yeah, I just wanted to do a review and a little story time on my Trinity cord bracelet. Yes, I recommend it. When you look at the website, do they show all the colors it comes with? I'm not sure. And I know that I heard that they don't give you different colors anymore for the cord, that they're only giving you black now. I'm not sure if any rules change, if that's actually true. Yeah, I have no idea, but maybe I'll call. If I can remember to call, then I don't know, I guess I'll put the information on the screen, what the sales associate said about the cords. Even if it is, and they only just give you the black cord bracelet, I still recommend it. I will still buy it. Well, for me, I like the black cord bracelet anyways. That's my favorite. I have had different colors. So I've had a color that looks gold. I've had blue. What other colors have I had? All the colors that I've wound up changing it to over the years, I always wind up going right back to black, because that's, I guess that's just my favorite. That's my preference. So yeah, that's it. That's all. Hopefully this video was able to help someone. And if there is a sales associate who rubbed you the wrong way, don't really let that stop you from shopping with the brand or building a relationship with the brand, because honestly, it's just that person and their issue. Sometimes somebody will have an issue with you and they'll be just fine to everybody else. But regardless, don't let a bad experience with one sales associate stop you from having a good experience. I talked before about the sales associate I had with Chanel, and I think she wound up like deleting my profile and stuff too. I think I'm not taking it personal like she did that to me. I think she did that to everybody. She was tripping. She was like, one day I went in there, I think I told the story before, that I asked for earrings, and usually they have 2 trays of earrings, and she said, oh, she just pulled out 1 tray, and I was like, is this all you have? It's just this 1 tray of earrings? And she was like, yeah. And keep in mind, this was my sales associate. She always helped me when I went into the store, and she would email me. No, she would text me and stuff like that. So that's all you have? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna go look around or whatever, and I'll be back, right? And she's like, okay. So I go to the Chanel store in Neiman Marcus, which is right across the street from the Chanel store, you know, San Francisco. So I went across the street and I went to Neiman Marcus, and they had 2 trays, but essentially it was just the same stuff that they had at the regular store. So I was like, okay, well, I saw a pair of earrings on the other tray in the regular store, so I'll just go back there, right? Don't only take nothing but maybe like 2 or 3 minutes to run across the street to Chanel from Neiman Marcus, and to the other Chanel inside Neiman Marcus, right? So I was like, okay, thank you. Just went out the Neiman Marcus store and went to the regular Chanel store, which is just across the street. And my sales associate was helping somebody else, but she saw me walk in, and I said, hey, I'm back to get the earrings, or whatever the case may be. So she just looked and kind of smiled. And it was another sales associate. I don't know what we're supposed to call them, sales associate, client advisors, essays, I don't even know. But it was someone else that worked there, and she was helping another lady. Another lady was there looking at earrings. And as I walked in, I think I told the story before in one of my videos, but as I walked in to the back where they have the jewelry at, the sales associate was putting away 2 trays of earrings after my sales associate just told me they only had 1 tray. And as she was putting the trays away, I was just walking in, right? So I caught like the side glimpse of the tray that I didn't get to see just a few minutes ago when I was in the store. And the earrings that I was looking for were right there. It's the gold dangly ones. I've worn them before. I don't know what the name of them are, but it's basically like a stud that go in your ear, and then it has a chain, and it has a CC logo, and they're gold. Those. I went in there specifically to get those, and my sales associate was like, oh no, this is the only tray we have. So that second tray that she wasn't trying to pull out was the tray that those earrings were on. So yeah. And then I went back in there, right? A couple months, a week, a year, I don't know how long. I usually go in there a few times a year. So I went back in there. I don't know how long it was. They asked me, have you bought anything from us before? And I'm like, yeah. So they're looking me up, and I'm nowhere in the system. Right, I have on the bag that I bought from there, whatever the case may be, and they're like, it's not coming up. So I'm like, okay, so they had to start a whole new profile for me. Since then, I bought several things, but still. And I'm thinking to myself, what happened to my profile? And what happened to my sales? So, oh, she doesn't work here anymore, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's interesting. I'm only speculating and judging that she deleted my profile because I don't know what happened to it. And I think if she did that to me, she probably did that to other people's. Yeah, so if y'all have any stories or anything y'all like to share, leave it in the comments below. What do you guys think? Should I have let the sales associate kind of turn me away from the brand and just, you know, because sometimes the sales associates, they can put a bad taste in your mouth, and you're like, forget that, I don't want to go there, right? I'm going to go somewhere where they're going to appreciate me and my business and my money and blah, blah, blah. Because yeah, in my mind, I wasn't going to let that stop me. So I was just like, forget her. I'll go on to get another sales associate. And now I have 3. Do that, but it just, it just turned out that way. So, yeah, 3 Cartier sales associates. I don't know if that's a bad thing, but I go to 2 different stores. I go to the one in Palo Alto, and then I go to the one in San Francisco. Both of them are basically, they're both in San Francisco, just one is on each side of San Francisco, that's all. And it all depends on where I'm at, what I'm doing and where I'm at and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I guess that's all. Hopefully my video was able to help. Like I said, I do recommend it. And one thing I will say about the Trinity rings, I don't have, as much as I wear this thing, and I've had it, what did the receipt say? That I bought it back in 2015. We're in 2022 now. There's not even a scuff or a mark really that I could see on this. And I for the most part, I wear it every day. I take it off sometimes, to give myself a break, and then I pop it back on and I'll leave it on for a long time. I even wear it sometimes to like formal and fancy things. I want to say I wore it to a wedding. So there, I'm trying to get close up so you can see. I'm trying to record with the back of the camera now and the backward facing mic. So hopefully y'all can hear me, and hopefully y'all can see me better. Trying to improve the quality of these videos. So yeah, leave your comments below. Let me know if you have had a bad experience with a sales associate, and what did that do to you? Did it make you not shop with the brand anymore? Did you just say, forget that person, I'm gonna have somebody else help me? Would you have, if you were me, would you have, kept going to Cartier, or would you have been like, nah, I'm good? yeah, so just curious, want to know, and what experiences have you guys had? I had another bad experience with Gucci, and I had another bad experience with Chanel. This time it was the one in also in San Francisco, but it was the one inside Neiman Marcus. And I think I told that story in the Chanel. It was when I bought my Trendy CC wallet on chain a few years ago. So I want to say I did a review on that bag already, and I think I went over that story. I'll look back at the video, and if I didn't, then I'll come back with the story time and tell y'all what happened. I'm definitely going to give you guys, and I don't know if I told the story time either. When I went in there and I got the bamboo classic, the large, what is it called? Bamboo, the classic bamboo top handle years ago before they came out with the newer one they have now. Yeah, the sales associate, he was like, oh, this bag is for people who, you know, dress a certain way, because I went in there with my hair curly and in a ponytail, and I had on a hoodie and Jordans and some jeans, you know, some 501 jeans. And a lot of the times when I go shopping, like, you know, to the high-end luxury places, I don't dress nice. I just throw on a shirt and some jeans, then that's what I'm wearing for the day, and that's it, right? So yeah, I'll look back on those videos, and if I didn't go over the story about the sales associate in Gucci, if I didn't go over the story about the sales associate in Chanel inside of Neiman Marcus when I got the Trendy CC wallet on chain, then I will come back on and do a story time. But that's it, that's all. I hope y'all liked the video. Bye.